Hello friends, here Prajakta Sonone from Yashwantrao Chauhan College of Pharmacy, Ahmednagar. Today we are going to discuss about general history and scope of pharmacognosy. Let we start with a introduction in that. Some definition. First definition is crude drug. Crude drug is nothing but the drugs which occurs in natural form is known as a crude drug and which is also obtained from a plant as well as animals and mineral sources. Second definition is pharmacognosy. So what is meant by pharmacognosy? Pharmacognosy is derived from two Greek words. First one is pharmakon, which means drug or medicines, and second word is gnosis. Gnosis means the knowledge. That is, the knowledge of drug or medicine is known as a pharmacognosy, and also it is also defined as pharmacognosy, also defined as the scientific and the systematic study of structural, physical, chemical, and biological characteristics of a crude drug, along with their history, method of cultivation, collection, and preparation for market. Pharmacognosy is also defined as the scientific and systematic study of structural, physical, chemical, and biological characteristics of crude drug, along with their history, method of cultivation, collection, and preparation for a market. Whereas the term pharmacognosy is coined by the scientist known as C.S. Adler. He was a physician from Germany, and in 1815 he gave the name for his work Analecta Pharmacognostica. Next point is the historical developments or history of pharmacognosy. In the early period, primitive man went in the search of food and ate at random plants or their parts like tubers, fruits, leaves, roots, rhizomes, and so on, whereas as the no harmful effects were observed and he considered them as a edible materials and used them as a food. And if he observed other effects by their eating, they were considered as a inedible, and according to their action or pharmacological action, then he used them as a treating the symptoms or some diseases. If it causes diarrhea, then it is used as a purgative, whereas if vomiting is occur, then it is used as a emetic, and it was found that poisonous and death was caused, then he used them as a arrow poison. And the knowledge was empirical and was obtained by a trial and error basis, whereas he used them the drugs as such or as their infusion or decoction process, and the results were passed from a one generation to other generation, and the new knowledge was added in the same way. Here some scientists who contribute the development of pharmacognosy. First scientist is C.S. Adler. C.S. Adler, he coined the term pharmacognosy, whereas he was a physician from Germany, and in 1815 he gave the name for his work is Analecta Pharmacognostica. Second scientist is Hippocrates. Hippocrates, he was a Greek philosopher and he was also father of medicine, and he deals with the study of human anatomy and physiology. Third scientist is Dioscoride. Dioscoride, he was also a Greek physician, and he gave the name for his book De Materia Medica. Next scientist is Charak. Charak, it is also the oldest classical text in Ayurveda and which deals with the study of plant, and his collection name as a Charak Samhita, and he knew about 700 drugs. Next one is Shushruta. Shushruta also the oldest classical text in Ayurveda, and he deals with the study of a surgery, and his collection name, he gave the name for his collection is Shushruta Samhita, and he knew about 1500 drugs. Next scientist is Galen. Galen is also the first pharmacist of the world, whereas he was father of experimental physiology and he developed the Galenical pharmacy. Galenical pharmacy means extraction of plant and animal drugs. Next scientist is Theophrastus. Theophrastus, He was also the father of botanical science, and he worked on a plant kingdom. Next scientist is Aristotle. Aristotle is also known as the father of natural history, and he worked on classifying the plant and animal, and he explained his theory as origin of universe, that is sun and earth. And last one is Linnaeus, and Linnaeus, he introduced the binomial system of nomenclature. Here some scientists. First scientist Hippocrates, he was also the author of antiquity, and he was known as father of medicine, as well as he deals with study on human anatomy and physiology. This was the Charak. Charak is the oldest classical text in Ayurveda, and he deals with study of a plant. Dioscoride, he gave the name for his book is De Materia Medica. Next point is traditional system of medicine. Traditional system of medicine is also known as indigenous system of medicine or alternative system of medicine. There are number of traditional system or ancient systems of medicine which are given below. First one is Ayurvedic system of medicine. Second one is a homeopathic system of medicine. Third one is Unani system of medicine, Siddha system of medicine, naturopathy, and last one is yoga. Let us start with the Ayurvedic system of medicine. Ayurvedic system of medicine is also, Ayurveda is also derived by two Greek words. First one is Ayur. Ayur means life and Veda means a science. That is, the science of life is known as Ayurveda. Next is, what is the principle behind the Ayurveda? Ayurveda is based on three basic principles. First one is a Tridosha theory. Second, Panchamahabhuta Siddhanta. Third one is a Gana, Rasa, Virya, Vipaka, Prabhava Siddhanta. So, first is Tridosha theory. According to the Ayurveda, Vata, Pitta and Kapha, these are the three basic three doshas in human body. Second is Panchamahabhuta Siddhanta. Also according to Ayurveda, there are five basic elements of Mahabhutas, and every substance is the combination of these five Mahabhutas. That is Prithvi. Prithvi means earth. Second, Apa. Apa means water. Third, Teja. Teja means fire. Fourth one is Vayu. Vayu means air. And Akash. Akash means void. And last one is the five important pharmacological principles of the drug substance. It includes Gana, Rasa, Virya, Vipaka, Prabhava. Second system of medicine is homeopathic system of medicine. Homeopathy is also derived by two Greek words. Homeo means similar and pathos means suffering. So what is meant by homeopathy? Homeopathy is also the alternative system and holistic medicine, and it is also given in the form of small tablets. Homeopathy treatment will cure acute as well as chronic type of diseases. Both type of diseases will cure with the help of a homeopathic system, whereas homeopathic medicine will helps to cure all type of illness with the normal responses and helps to the body to regain health. According to WHO guideline, it is also defined as it is also mean by homeopathy is the world's second leading system of medicine for health care. Principles of homeopathic system of medicine. Every science has certain fundamental principles which guide the whole system. That is, the homeopathy is a science of medical treatment and has a philosophy of its own, and its therapeutic is based on certain fundamental principles, and these are: first one is law of similia, second law of simplex, third law of minimum dose, and third one is the potentia is remedy. Third system of medicine is Unani. Unani means what? Unani means the medicines which are a symbol of life, and the name is derived from the word Anion, which originated in Greece. Unani medicine, like any other form of medical science, strives to find the best possible ways by which a person can lead a healthy life with the least or zero sickness. Next system of medicine is Siddha system of medicine. The traditional Siddha system of medicine is an antiquity of the Tamil Nadu, and it is based on the literatures written by a great Siddhas, founders of this system. And this system of medicine is based on the concept of a three dosha, that is Vata, Pitta and Kapha. These are the three doshas, and 96 tattvas, that is philosophies. And the treatment of medicine is classified into the internal and external medicine. And last point is the scope of pharmacognosy. So first scope of pharmacognosy is to provide the knowledge. It provides the knowledge of active chemical constituents present in the drug. It provides the knowledge of active chemical constituents present in the drugs. Whereas second, to understand it, it helps to understand the identification, purification, standardization and formulation of various types of drugs. Third one is, it is also useful for the production of paints, papers, spices and bakery products, whereas it is also useful to find out the adulteration of drug.